cha-cha with my like squeaky, creaky voice, creaky voice. And this is Jonathan Leong, who has not been
in touch with Jade for quite some time.
But for people who don't know who Jonathan Leong is, maybe if
Probably the younger people.
yeah, I was going to say those born after 2000. It's not even that young because we are all
Yeah,
as
so yes.
Yeah, so for those born after the year 2000, Jonathan Leong was in Singapore Idol. He was kind of hot then. Now,
I think I got while I would still maintain that there are some people who find that I'm still
Your wife lah.
alright looking. Alright, it's just how. But nowadays I find that the conversation has sort of shifted. You know, it's about brains, about
True.
many things. As I age, I try to sell this sort of framework about a scorecard.
I should sell it like that as well.
I'm more than just that, but it's okay, right? Like I think we must do research here. I think I was on the longest running musical in Singapore ever.
Actually, that is true.
I think. So that's something that I'm quite proud of, if it is verifiable.
That's how you met your wife.
Edit.
No, that's not how you met. That's how you guys.
Yes and no. I was actually match made.
Yes.
Like very old school, by my singing teacher. I go to his house every Christmas, and then one day I saw this very beautiful girl. I'm quite watching. So gorgeous, she took my breath away.
Wow, hey, you never angkat sia. Your wife watching still. Okay, but let's go back to the longest running musical. So what was that called?
It was called Voyage de la Vie, but it shut its doors, I think, after about 500 shows. But I did about, I think, 300.
That's crazy. I watched that. I think most people would have watched that since you did 300 shows. Yeah, so how is it that people always remember you for Idol?
I think it's because mass media TV, terrestrial TV, because that was the age before YouTube.
You sound very old
Before YouTube.
There was actually no YouTube, you know, then.
Social media or Facebook just began. Blogging just began.
There was Friendster.
Friendster.
It's not really showing.
I wasn't really on there also.
So what are you up to these days?
So I've actually entered the financial services industry for about 8-9 years now.
Okay. And was it hard? Because being like a singer, rock star, fella.
Rock star.
Yeah, rock star. You know, in my head, I'm also rock star lah. I have the husky voice too. Can? Boleh?
Can. I'm not the judge.
I should go and sing about Idol.
Yeah, so the initial switch was really quite difficult, but I never saw myself as doing finance. As doing media for the long haul.
But you were on the longest running musical. Hello.
I sort of fell into it. One thing led to another, right? I started to get more solo shows.
Yeah.
Right. For practical reasons, I think a lot of places don't have budget for full band.
Yeah.
I really was quite happy when people were asking me to sing at like For Him magazine, MSU, right?
Oh, so, yeah. Can I just say, so when I met Jonathan,
MSU is Miss Singapore Universe.
Yeah, it was called, so like you, I'm also like tied to the pageant thing. Love it, hate it is one of those things. But then the year after the pageant that I was in, I hosted the year after that, and you were singing for that particular one.
Yes.
I remember. And I was like, wow, this guy quite cool lah.
Not bad.
Not bad, huh?
Thank you.
Way back when.
If you had told me back then, I would have a much more confidence boost. Because it took a long time to get that confidence. I think.
Really?
Yeah, it took a long time.
So
you always try to fake it to make it, right?
I was just gonna say, because that's how I feel as well. Like honestly, for me, when I'm not feeling the most confident, I fake it till I make it. And people don't believe it, but honestly, then it's some good faking. Right?
Yeah.
No, I guess my question is more like, because you were doing the music thing already, and then you joined corporate. Did people not look at you strange? Like, oh my god, this is the Jonathan Leong.
Yes.
Right?
Quite. So
this is what stops a lot of people from doing stuff. Because they're worried about what other people will think.
Yes. So that was it wasn't much of a concern for me. I guess I'm quite self-aware. I think that's one thing. I looked around and sort of saw like who has that track record of being able to push a very successful music frontman career forever.
Yeah.
And present company excluded. The older you get, I didn't see the chance, the probability of maintaining that level of success and new frontiers, new gigs. For me, I thought it's I'd be better placed to try other things. That was what I was.
So to you, it's like, okay, I have fun. I do my like singing thing as best I can.
Yeah, I checked off all the boxes that I wanted to
and then
check.
moving on.
And then maybe it's time to try something new. But I think one big hurdle was whenever I brought this topic up to my friends, and most of the friends at that time were industry, right? You want me to hold?
Oh.
Okay. Industry, right? They would say like, isn't it going to be really weird? Like, you got to start fresh, interviews, and like your colleagues would be like,
Yeah, that, like,
weirded out or maybe.
fangirled out lah.
or-
Maybe.
I don't think so. I think it would be like, it's
Fanboy.
going to be a lot harder to prove yourself.
Yeah.
I applied for a couple of things. I applied to be a police officer.
Really?
Yeah, a specific unit. But I was told no.
But did they say why you were told no?
No. I also considered academia. 'Cause
Okay,
I
yeah.
went to get a music degree as
Ah,
well.
okay.
Right? But after I did I think a semester and a half, then I realized that at this point of my life, at that time,
Yeah.
age of 30, 31,
Yeah.
I was not ready to just teach.
So you actually did teach
I did.
for SEM?
I taught for a SEM plus.
Okay.
Couple of modules.
I wanted to explore a career in academia. I went to see one of my old professors 10 years plus ago, and he actually discouraged me.
What do you teach? But your voice is good, very loud. You don't even need a mic for the
Thanks.
lecture
He,
theatre.
he said, "You'll be wasted here, Jade." So sweet, right? Now I was like, "No, but I really want to do this." He's like, "Yeah, you come back when your time to retire."
Right.
He's like, "You have too much energy for this place." And I was like, "Okay." Right, so, but then, okay, so it's tough. Was it not tough mentally?
Maybe it's a personality thing, right? So I kind of, when I set my mind to do something, I'm quite focused,
Yeah.
a bit hyper focused. Sometimes that's not the best,
Yeah.
right? That's why we've not caught up for a very long time because I'm too hyper focused and
Yeah.
I sort of have that tunnel vision
Yeah.
to say this is the goal and I want to do A, B, C, and D to achieve that, right? So after a while, you stick to it. You find your own way of doing things. You try to be yourself, and it helps, lah.
I love the attitude. No, I feel like this is very pertinent for these times because I think there are a lot of people who are languishing, which is like the New York Times coined word, right? Not a very positive word, but a word for these times.
So how did they describe it?
Languishing is when you're not like depressed, right? But you're not happy and you're not thriving either. You're going through life like, oh, very sian, just go through this because I have to. There is no joy or energy in whatever you're doing.
Yeah, so that's very dangerous. So that's sort of like saying that you're slightly unhappy, but you are also kind of comfortable.
Yeah,
But you're slightly unhappy.
yeah,
So I'm sure there are people on both sides of the
Yeah.
spectrum. If you're using this one, the languishing
yeah.
spectrum, there's going to be here and
It's
here
maybe
as
like a
well.
-1 or 1,
Yeah.
where flourishing is a 10 and depression is a -10.
So actually, one guy gave me very good advice, and during my NS days,
Yeah.
there was this guy who was super garang soldier. Hello, Kenny. Good to see you. I hope you're fine. He was very garang soldier, and he was in charge of my group of people. And he said, if you're feeling too comfortable, something is wrong. Of course, he used it in the context of physicality,
Yeah, yeah.
push-ups, running. If you're
Gotta
running,
push
through-
your body,
you gotta
right?
push. So I think that's stuck with me as well, lah.
Kenny's advice is great, but if there's one thing that you live by, maybe?
Oh, I got a few, lah. I suppose I try
You
to
old
be
man,
quite-
lah, you.
I try to be quite organized now.
Very
Yes.
good, this guy. Very
So I
corporate.
must have 3 points, 4 points. Because people's attention span is just very
It's true.
short.
It's true.
So I would say the first one is for me. This is personally, right?
Yeah.
If you say you want to do something either to yourself, you make a promise to yourself, you make a promise to people around you, you keep it. Keep the promises. That's one. Because I don't think even if you're in a corporation or whatever, it's not about the brand of the
Yeah.
corporate. It's about your own reputation.
Yeah.
What you bring to it, right?
Yeah.
Second one is happy wife, happy life. That's very. Love you, Janine. Yes. So I often would say to friends who are not happy at home, I would say fix the home thing first before you try to do
What,
anything else.
John?
Yeah, because a person, to quote one of the, I think I'm getting it right lah. Let's see, I try my quote lah. The Godfather, I was one of my favorite books when I was younger. So one line there stuck with me, right? So a man who doesn't take care of his family will never be a real man. I think that's sort of how I think about things. Yeah. And then the third thing would be, I would say to look out for look for people who inspire you, and then read about them, see what they've done, right? Like.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, and then you can listen and follow because nothing is truly original. It's just a combination of things. And I think that has helped me a lot. So I'm quite a fanboy. I'm an internal fanboy. I like what I like and I obsess over these people, right? So I find that whenever I revisit them or whenever I'm feeling a bit down, I look back at their biographies or what they've done or listen to their speeches. Yeah, then it gives me that added push. And the next thing will be the last one, look after your health. So if you need a break, just take a break so that you can go longer. It's a marathon, right?
Yeah.
It's not a sprint.
Yeah.
So these are the few, I would say.
So wise is John, but my favorite one is the second one, happy wife, happy life. All men, take note, all ladies, take that part, cut it, and just play for your husband tonight.
Yeah, the wife thing, small things, don't sweat it. Really, that's the point. Even if you win, gentlemen, even if you win, you don't win. You win the argument at that point in time, but you don't win. So you might as well just have the long-sightedness, to sort of long vision, further vision. So yeah, think of the bigger game, big game. Win the war. We win the war, guys. We don't try to win the battle.
Thanks, John.
All right. Thank
See
you
you
so much.
soon. Bye.